Today we're going to be doing another fantasy draft rebuild here on Madden 25. It's going to be a challenge, though, that I did last year that I had a lot of fun with, and I think it's a pretty good challenge where we're going to have pick 32 to start, and that's, already a challenge on its own, but we're going to be having it set to the standard fixed mode, which means that we're going to have pick 32 every single round. While that's already bad on its own, you do have to also factor in the fact that not only is our team not going to be as good, but the teams in the top 10, top 15 are going to be really good. Another big part of the challenge for this one is just even getting pick 32. I am so mad at myself, though, because I don't know how it's happened. It's the most incredible thing ever. Not that it means anything. The very first file I loaded up, we were pick 32. The problem is, force of habit, I put it on Snake because that's usually what we do for our fantasy draft rebuilds where, if you have 32, you'd have pick 1 and all those other vice versas. And I completely sold. But hopefully it doesn't take too long here, which, speaking of things that don't take too long, maybe leaving a like, maybe subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying the video. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel. And yeah, if you have a fantasy draft rebuild idea you want to see done, let me know in the comment section below. And potentially we'll use your video idea and give you a little shout out. Regardless, let's get into, well, for me at least, the long process of finally getting pick 32 with the Jaguars. I promise this didn't take me a super long time to get to 32. It was probably 24. We didn't get that unlucky, but it also could have been better. We are able to grab quarterback, which is really shocking, because if I'm not mistaken, Jaden Daniels is a superstar in this game now. If I'm not mistaken. My goal is to win. My goal is to do as well as physically possible. I know the challenges rebuilds are more fun when it's like a real challenge, but this is still tough. Getting pick 32 every single round. I think even though there's some really good players available, I do not think passing on a QB is a smart decision. So I am going to be using Jaden Daniels, who I didn't really get to use much. So pick 1 at pick 32 is going to be Jaden Daniels. We're now in round 2 where we do have a running back option. Saquon Barkley would be interesting. Probably don't want to go that route, though. Maybe wide receiver. You have DK Metcalf, Nico Collins, who I believe is a superstar in game, right? He's an X Factor now. Damn. Okay. I mean, he is good. It's not like he doesn't deserve it. It still threw me off. Wide receiver right here would actually be a probable smart decision, but I do want to make sure that there's no edge options. Like you do have Will Anderson here. Damn, I really don't want to pass on Will Anderson. Quentin Williams, we might, if we're lucky, get him next round. The end of next round. Yeah, I mean, if we want edge, it's like basically Will Anderson. Corner is also a problem. Witherspoon, he's star, not superstar. Okay, I'm really struggling with this one a little bit. I really want wide receiver. But at the same time, I really want an edge rusher that's going to be decent. I really like Will Anderson here, 22 years old, 85 finesse. Not the strongest, not the best, but he is good. So I do actually have Will Anderson going a little bit later in round 4, so I think if you're going to risk anyone, you don't... Oh, is Quentin Williams back at Superstar X Factor? That's great. I think you risk Will Anderson because I think there's a better chance he'll be there at the end of this next round. So we're going to go with Quentin Williams. I maybe should have still went wide receiver, but I mean, that day is gone. What about Olave, too? We got to pay attention to Olave. We have Olave as an end of round 5 type of player, so I think we should be fine with Will Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. What about cornerback? Corner is basically gone already. Let's go Will Anderson. I think it's a premium position. He's a great player. He's super young. Will Anderson's going to be the choice. And then I think we're going to go back to the offensive well after this, assuming Olave is still there, and he's not. Man, I don't know what it is with Olave, but he's been going earlier and earlier for me, but I do like Drake London quite a bit here. We still have a lot of wide receiver options, so I'm not really worried about it. You have Drake London, you have Higgins, you have Rice. I mean, what is Rashee Rice? I'm really shocked he's not superstar. Like, I really am. I don't see a world where I can pass on Drake London here. Drake London's a pretty damn good overall, and he's also a brand new player. We also do have some running backs. Man, I'd rather probably just wait a little bit there. Corner is an option, but not really. Quinyon Mitchell is probably your guy. Got some safety edge. Middle linebacker's cool, but it's not a premium position in my opinion. Could double up with DT. Jonathan Allen's still really good. Chase Young is like a fraction of what he used to be, so that name will still you'll catch your eye, but then you look at him and you're like, oh, he's not what he used to be, huh? Okay, never mind. But yeah, I think I have no choice. Drake London, haven't really used him too much in Sim. Huge dude, looks decent, not the fastest, but solid. And I honestly don't even know when Drake London goes, but I just figured if Olave went right there, Drake London's got to be on his way following him, right? And this is where someone like Isaiah Pacheco usually goes for me. Jahmyr Gibbs still being there, probably not higher than star, right? Which is a little weird for a guy to be 89 overall, not higher than star. Devs are hard to get up. Wish Jacobs is 25. Damn, he's down to a star. What class am I using? I really feel like this group isn't correct. Like, am I wrong? I feel like the ratings are wrong here for some reason. Also, if I'm going to go Pacheco, should I not just go Taylor? Like, Taylor's a more balanced player, isn't he? The running backs feel weird, though. Something's just off about them. Jonathan Taylor's so good, though. How do I pass on Jonathan Taylor? And you know what? I don't really feel like Jahmyr Gibbs is that good in Sim, but he's an 89 overall 22-year-old. What am I supposed to do? Pass on him? I don't think so. Need a running back. We got ourselves a goated one. And I am learning right now that my list is rather out of date, which I expected, to be fair. It's, I haven't really... It's been a few weeks. That's all it takes. Yeah, it's definitely a bit outdated, and it's not something I can consistently feel comfortable following. So if I see a position I really like, a player that I really need, I might, maybe jump a little bit, even if I don't expect to, if they're not expected to go where they're at. So bear with me a little bit with that. Thibodeau is there, which, we definitely need another pass rusher. Nick Bolton is kind of a dropped-down player than he used to be. I think if Quignon would have been there still, that's probably the route I would have went. Corner, I am just not liking our room at all. It's becoming tough. Look at DJ Turner, though. Star dev, looking good. You know what? I don't know how much it matters in Madden too much in Sim, but I want to really go to tackle. Andrew Thomas looks great. 25-year-old, 88 overall. Wish he was superstar, but if he was, probably would have been gone. I also have Joke going around here somewhere. Linebacker's not hard to get, though, so if I'm going to lose somebody... I don't mind losing linebacker. Now that I'm really thinking about it, though, I kind of sold myself on going safety. The problem is safety's like gone now. Petrie's an 25-year-old player now as well, and kind of lost out on him. So all the safeties go like just slightly after I'm like, wait a minute, we should be going safety because we struggled to draft those guys. Bit late now, though, isn't it? And I think I got DJ Turner going soon-ish. I'm not exactly sure when anymore, but I'm going to take DJ Turner a little early. Super fast. Solid-looking player now. And this is where we took a little bit of a risk, but let's take a look. Hopefully he's still there. Kyle Pitts is. For a moment, I didn't see him, and here he is. Kyle Pitts, still an athlete and a half, and he will be our starting tight end. Well, we do have a couple of corners showing up here, so maybe I did jump the gun a little bit. I have no idea what Terrion Arnold is. Is he still superstar? I can't imagine he is, but he's still really good to me, so that's what we're going to grab. We got our two corners now. Actually don't need to go as high for corners as we thought. I mean, round 9 and 10 or whatever, 8 through 10, whatever pick we had there, it's not cheap, but it's also not like the most expensive thing in the world. And if I'm not mistaken, Fashanu is still a superstar. The fact that he goes soon on my board tells me I hope at least he is. If not, that's a massive reach, but I think he is. I also have Andre Sisco going soon, but honestly, at this rating, I don't know if he's even worth it anymore. 24 is not the end of the world, but at the same time, I mean, his zone coverage is pretty crap. We're going to go with someone a little bit newer as well. We haven't really used Dallas Turner. Super raw these days, but speed rusher archetype, that's really all that matters. And at this rate, I'm kind of just taking players I think I really need or really want because the players are a bit outdated on this updated fantasy draft guide I got. So, we're kind of pivoting a little bit. Only got the one wide receiver. When the hell did Dobbs go? Probably a long time ago. Michael Wilson's star, though. Yeah, so I'm not really sure why he's still kind of here, but does give us some options, I suppose. Don't know what other players could be around, but I would at least like 2 solid wide receivers, and then I just, work whatever at the slot. Wicks, I would imagine, is normal. Do you not take Michael? I mean, how many hiddens do you even have in general? Or star devs do you have regardless? Michael Wilson's obviously up there. There's not really many more, although I will say This is usually glitched. Sure as hell looks glitched to me. Not super fond of Michael Wilson here, but I'm going to take him just to have 2 solid star-plus wide receivers. Yeah, I had Romeo Doubs going like round 20, so this is, a little bit of a jump. And hopefully he's still here. I'm not sure if he will be. Bullard, he is. Javon Bullard goes next round usually for me. Get ourselves a really high-looking safety at all the positions or all the ratings that we would normally aim for. Hip power, zone, speed, all that stuff. No way I just lost Edge Cooper as well. There's no way that I'm this bad. Oh my god, I let all these linebackers go, and, I lose Cooper on top of it. Also lost Peyton Wilson, I'm pretty damn sure. We're going to finish our safeties out with another rookie free safety, Kalen Bullock. Hate developing safeties. They will allow me not to have to develop them. I mean, I'll have to develop them, but you know what I mean? I don't have to draft to develop them. Although I guess this is technically drafted, I'm just not even going to speak anymore. I lose. And even though I got Nakobe Dean going way later, like usual, we have no linebackers really. That's the kind of position we're missing. For some reason, Drew Sanders is still star dev. I guess I'll take him. And then we'll finish up our wide receiver room with Adonai Mitchell. I really wish a lot of these parameter filters would actually work. Because it definitely sure as hell doesn't seem like the dev one does, along with many others. Wish I still need a DT, but you know what? Pure value-wise, Darius Robinson might be up there. And even though it's another reach, we're going to go for the always developing Trevin Wallace. Max Mellon's no longer a star dev, but he's still pretty damn good. And normally I go for the youthful kicker, but I'm going to go with Aubrey, 29-year-old superstar with basically max kicking ratings. And then we're going to go for, assuming he's there, the undisputed #1 punter in this game, which I don't see him. He's actually all the way down here. Mr. Ryan Stonehouse, 25-year-old superstar with 99 kick power and all that speed. And then we go with Braylon Allen, the power back to Gibbs's lightning, if you will. The Knuckles. We were still in time to get Luke Musgrave, still one of the best sleeper tight ends in the game. Now, admittedly, we did kind of mess up on the offense. Is Bobby Wagner still there, by the way? Okay, he's gone. I just had to make sure, because I've seen him so many different rounds. But yeah, we absolutely sold here on the offensive line position, especially interior. But it is one of the positions that's one of the easier to draft and develop. So if you're going to lose out on that, but you're going to gain, an edge rusher or a wide receiver, something like that, totally worth it in my opinion. Still should be able to find someone. I mean, you still got Evan Neal, potentially good enough to play guard at his athleticism. So that's our new right guard, I suppose. And then we just need, a center and maybe a left guard? And even though Trevor Penning is far from my favorite target, he is still decently young, I suppose, at 25. All the other options were literally just as bad, but they didn't have the youth, so no point. We'll take the depth of Chris Braswell. He's very raw, but still depth is better than nothing. Mason Smith, who develops really well in sim most of the time. We take Jordan Travis as a backup because why the hell not? We take Damo and Clark, and I don't even know, do we finish our offensive line? I really hate the offensive line. We got 2 guys I like, and the rest are just meh. Did we grab a third? We did not. So we need one more lineman. We can basically call it a draft. Let the AI do the rest. And then I'll take this Anthony Bradford guy to finish out our offensive line. See what the rest of the draft contains. We sim the draft to let the AI work. Was it actually that quick? Wow. Okay, it finished all the other rounds instantly. They brought in Brian Hoyer, who is a mentor type, so I do respect it. Dylan kind of already had that with Braylon Allen, but still not bad. Wide receivers got 3 really young, solid players. The rest, at least, are kind of young. Tight end, we got Charlie Kolar as our number 3. Don't really need him. Fashion is going to be our right tackle. And I think Evan Neal's going to be our left guard. We definitely need O-line work, but everything else I think is actually looking all right. I also want to know, is Terry Arnold superstar? If Arnold's superstar, that is one of the best kept secrets, that he's always there super late. Dev of only star, but still totally worth using. I feel like we did have that conversation before and it just didn't register, but yeah, we're going to move Bullock over to strong safety. They got Antonio Johnson on top of it as well, and this should be one of the better teams, top 10, hopefully. All right, here we are with the squad, 81 overall, which is, I think 82, 83 is probably the standard, but we, as usual, kind of went with the youthful route, but we also took, good players at the top of each round for the most part. I say top of each round. It was technically the bottom, but you know what I mean. These guys were players that were likely going to go right around where we took them for the most part. Some of them might have been a little off because, it's a little outdated. Overalls are changing constantly. I'm just genuinely shocked, though, that Jaden Daniels was still there at 32. He is, in fact, a superstar dev quarterback now. I mean, this is a guy that I would take top 5 easily, right? All that speed, the throw power, thinking about all the quarterbacks that you could possibly get. Let's look at them and then see where we would take them. I'll look at the roster first before we do that. But, we got a wide receiver 1 that's solid. Wide receiver 2 hopefully develops. I have faith in Wilson. I don't really know about the scheme, but I have faith in him. Defense, linebackers could use some work, but they're all young, fast players. Every other player, though, is set, right? Like, our whole D-line is star or better. Our whole DB group is star or better. Even Drew Sanders is a star dev. So, there's not a whole lot to replace. And I think what we're even going to do is also only allow us to have pick 32 in the CPU draft. I feel like we're going to add to that, make it a little bit more tough. But yeah, let's take a look at quarterbacks who would take over him. So obviously Lamar and Mahomes, 2, Burrow 3, Josh Allen 4. Purdy, I don't think so. I think at 86 throw power, I would not be taking Purdy over him, even in a rebuild standpoint or in a user playing as them standpoint. So that's 4. Jared Goff, is he still star dev? Yeah, I'm not doing that. So 4 still. Herbert, definitely, I would say, I'm going to make sure. Abilities, pass lead elite. So 5, what else do we have? Dak, absolutely not. CJ Stroud, is he an X Factor now? He is an X Factor. He has Lofting Deadeye, Inside Deadeye, Fearless. I think I still take Jaden Daniels over him because of that speed. Tua is apparently a superstar, but Love is still a star dev. So 6 quarterbacks I would take in front of him. No more. No more than 6. It's Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Oh, I didn't pay attention to Jalen Hurts. I know he's a little bit on the lower side for throw power, but still interesting to look at. Does he have anything crazy? No, definitely not Jalen Hurts. So 4, 5. So he's the 6th best quarterback, in my opinion, in the game. I don't know if he does better than Stroud and Sim, but as far as actually usering goes, I would definitely take Jaden Daniels over CJ Stroud. The abilities they're good, but they're not so good that I can't pass on them. And I think their ratings are so similar, but then you look at the speed difference, and Jaden Daniels hasn't beat. We already got to pay some people. Andrew Thomas, that's like pennies for a guy of his caliber, though. So we're going to do a whole-ass freaking 7-year deal. Hopefully somehow he finds a way to win Offensive Lineman of the Year. It's pretty hard for a tackle, I will admit, though. Another, 7-year deal. These guys are, franchise players, so you don't get rid of them. $100 million left. Bullard, this is another franchise-level player, but you're not paying franchise money. Boom, that is huge. Those types of contracts are going to, be what allows us to continue on. Braylon Allen will do a 4-year. That's another cheap contract. The rest, though, I'm not sure if we really need them. Starling, anyways, had a chance at a breakout. Didn't get it, unfortunately. And I don't think, most of these guys are all backups, right? So I think we're fine with letting everyone else walk. All right, I don't know if it was scheme-related, but the team was not very good. 6-11. We'll have to take a look at how good the actual stats are. I'm not sure why I'm even showing you guys the win-loss, because we're literally going to be having pick 32 in each round, so it's kind of irrelevant that we're even looking, because why would I have any reason to be bad if we're going to 32 no matter what? Jaden Daniels was not very good. Gibbs was actually pretty good, especially for a shorter running back. I still feel like there's prejudice in the game against short running backs. They usually just don't do well for me in Sim, but that's a pretty good season, especially from someone who wasn't quite 90 overall and doesn't have superstar dev. London, considering the pass numbers were ass, was pretty good. Same with Pitts and Mitchell, even Wilson, but yeah, obviously that's going to be a bit lackluster, a little bit too low to get any sort of dev up chance. Offensive line, the guards are decent. Thomas, considering he's a left tackle, was pretty good. Bradford at center giving up 12 sacks is unacceptable, though. Defensive line, 10 sacks for Byron Murphy is crazy good. Will Anderson pretty good at 13.5. 9 for Quentin, and then 5.5 for Turner. I like the 16 tackles for a loss from Williams as well. Picks, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. And then kicking, Brandon Aubrey missed 3 kicks out of 14 with a blocked field goal in there, so 2 technically. Stonehouse, 50.5. And no special teams kind of stuff, unfortunately. So we now move on to the yearly awards where Tua wins MVP. Looking at the AFC side, we have Edge Cooper getting Rookie of the Year. Super glad that we forgot to get him, or kind of made a mistake and didn't get him. Offensive Lineman of the Year, yeah, we're not there. Number 6, which, I mean, even then, that's for Evan Neal, who's still young, but it wouldn't have been, as significant as somebody going to Superstar. But, yeah, a little bit of a lackluster year, especially since, once again, we're going to be going to 32 in the draft. We now have the Super Bowl versus the Rams and the Bills, where the Rams do win. Retirements, I don't even know, other than Hoyer, who would even retire on our team, so I guess we'll take a look, but I don't expect anyone. And Patrick Peterson, Brian Hoyer, nothing, no starters, obviously. But let's take a look at the dev-ups if we add any, and if any, it would probably be all on defense. Maybe Gibbs has a tiny bit of a chance. Does not. Oh, Pitts, actually. Okay, I mean, I figured it was a decent season. I didn't think it was good enough for a dev-up, but we'll take that. Kyle Pitts slowly working his way back to that X factor overall. Everyone else on offense, though, did not really move much in overall or dev. Defensively, anybody? Quentin Williams was already an X factor, actually. Trevin Wallace goes to star, and then Bullock goes to superstar. I thought there was a chance for Will Anderson. Doesn't get it, though. But Bullock at superstar, that's pretty clutch, because once again, we talked about it. Safety is a problem for me. 90 zone coverage, those rookies. They get that glow up, those rookies. What about Bullard? 4 overalls up, which is decent. Not as good, but still, a decent season. Gets him to 84 zone. That's pretty good. But let's move on to the offseason, where, once again, we're going to have 32 overall. Probably not going to spend any money in free agency, because there's just usually never anyone in there. We'll get our defensive coordinator scenario going, get ourselves a free couple of upgrades, and then head to free agency. All right, free agency, a lot of running backs. Usually that's what you see after these fantasy drafts. Maybe you'll see a wide receiver snuck in there, but really just mainly running backs, and obviously we have no issue at that position. So free agency, as expected, is going to be pretty much useless for us. Oh, I didn't see Guyton. Kind of passed up Guyton a little bit there. Problem is, all these tackles are huge. I can't really do much with that, They're too big. I'll try to offer him because I think he's worth it, but I'm not really sure where I'm going to put him. Another 6'7" guard coming in. Oh, Dallas wants him. Never mind. I'm not going to overpay for a lineman when that's really kind of all I need. I'll just, draft some. And I have no idea who has the Bills pick, but we're about to try and make this happen. I guess I give the Bills. Now, I don't want to give the Bills too much, though. I don't want to. You know what? That's part of the challenge. Let the Bills get overpowered. That's going to be part of the challenge here. So 64. I have no idea which other picks. Boom. I imagine that's easily going to go. Let's find whoever has their 3rd round and 5th round pick, is it? All right, we're at pick 32. Of course, the kind of players that we need are, offensive linemen and linebackers, and we know that those are players that you can get later on in the draft. Also, I guess we did throw a wide receiver on the board. Maybe that's a route we want to go. I do want to stick to pick 32 in each round if I can, just to make it a little bit more challenging. So I think I am going to do that, and I'm going to reach a little bit for Brock Lafferty because he is a round 1 talent and looks just like it says he is. Yes, he's a bad run blocker, but these types are actually the guys that I trust even more than the ones that are balanced. The ones that are balanced are almost always normal, whereas the guys that are like one side, mainly pass blocking, are almost always hidden. So that's the route we're going to go. 1st round lineman, who would have thought? Pick 21 true. And forget anything I said, normal depth. I got to say, though, not moving around the board, it is tough. It is really tough. Where the hell is the rest of my linemen? They're all gone? Wait, are they actually all gone, or did I forget to put them on the board? They're gone. Wow. Okay. Sure, man. I guess. What do we want to do with this pick now? Linebacker, probably. That's insane, though. They're all gone by, the round 3's even hit. I really don't know who's the best here. I think Polite looks pretty good, so I'm going to go with Mike Polite, even though he's 3 to 4. These are the types that are usually hidden for me. 102 true. Hit. Okay. Normal dev. Awesome. Yeah, I regret wholeheartedly going to pick 32 each round and not allowing myself to trade. I regret it so much. It's really bad. Day 3 McLean. I mean, I'm all about that speed, so super elite speed. Can we see ourselves a hitting guy? 65 true. Another normal. We're loving it. I think I'm going to take Cameron Cannon, who I think was another fast guy, and then I'm just going to trade the rest away for next year or something. I don't know. Screw this. This draft sucks. We finally got a hit in, though. All right, let's take a look at the sadness. 74 overall, 70 overall, 72, 69. Oh, this is bad. I don't like this. How, small was Lafferty? I guess he'll be our new center because our other center was terrible. But, yeah, this draft was dookie. It was so bad. Man, I didn't really realize until now how, carried these rebuilds are for me by trading around the draft. I really didn't really think about that. The extra picks we're able to climb up with, and yeah, it's challenging, dude. Both these wide receivers are insanely fast, by the way. That's so crazy. Who was better? I know Cannon was hidden, but do a little more speed for McLean. Yeah, McLean is 10 times better because Cannon has no catching. Yeah, he's just not as good as McLean at all, but Cannon could be a superstar dev, which would be, it'd be something. We sort of need a wide receiver 3, right? I don't even know who the hell our wide receiver 3 is. I know it's Adonai Mitchell. Superstar from Cannon, though, is going to make that a tough one, but yeah, not a good draft at all. Here we go with the Season 2 team. Not a huge fan of how we finished the draft. Big old head. Look at that camera. It's just all the way up in his face. But yeah, not a huge fan of how the draft went for us, as we drafted a bunch of normals. The offseason in general just wasn't good. And that's, off of a season that we didn't even make the playoffs in. So thinking about changing that scheme up, I don't know who the hell you would change it to. Maybe Cincinnati-ish. I don't want to go Commanders because their scheme isn't very good for stats either. I want a scheme that's going to, let's go Buffalo. We got ourselves a running quarterback. Let's go the Buffalo Bills. I don't even know what we're just the Bills at this rate. We also even took their picks spread. Okay. Oh, and Jaden Daniels just got his breakout. He needed 325 total yards or 2 touchdowns, and he got it. He's an X factor. Much better season start so far. We have Quentin Williams at the pay. Arnold, we can definitely pay. Wilson, we should pay. Will we, though? Dallas Turner, I don't know. Wallace for sure. Dean, maybe. Mitchell, possibly. And this money problem is actually kind of becoming a problem. Quentin Williams, obviously, you got to pay him. Let's do a 4-year deal worth $126. And then Arnold, obviously, you get him a contract. You're just hoping you get that dev up, so a 7-year makes sense. Wilson, you know what? I don't know how much it even matters if he's playing well or not. I think he's just going to stay on the team. He's playing better than last year, it seems, but not by much. I got to keep him anyways. Do I do more than a 3-year, though? Probably not. Just in case. And then Turner, that's a lot of money. I don't want to draft somebody new, but he's playing like ass, so I'm going to just keep him. I think it's one of those cases kind of like running back where you need to be a certain overall, so really? Okay, I thought I overpaid potentially, but yeah, I think you just got to wait it out. You got to, wait the storm. Is that what they call it? I don't freaking know. Something to do with a storm. And Nakobe Dean, I was kind of brushing off. I was like, we'll replace him, but his overall is higher than I thought. He's 81 overall out of nowhere. Mitchell, he's been great, so let's do a 7-year deal just because of how cheap he is. 5.5 mil on 7 years. That's ridiculous, right? So I'd rather lose Michael Wilson before him at that price. And yeah, we're going to get Dallas Turner, hopefully, and we'll still have 50 mil left. All right, we finished the season 10-7, make the playoffs, but I'm a little disappointed. We were 7-3 at one point and just had a huge drop-off there. That's, 3-4 after the fact. Really good start, and then you lose 4 in a row. Win 3 in a row and then lose at the end. Bit of disappointment, but at least we're in the playoffs. We deserved to be there last year, really. The schemes they play such a huge factor in the game. Jaden Daniels, who's now an X factor, was good. The yards are great, but he's an X factor now, so I expect even more. I expect 35 touchdowns, 10 picks or something, but maybe unrealistic from me. Gibbs, way better yards per carry, so he is developing into that true great running back. 14 touchdowns as well, and then Daniels with 10 touchdowns could actually be MVP. That is a lot of touchdowns now that I've seen the rushing numbers. London hopefully goes up in dev. Mitchell is actually really good. Wilson, kind of a disappointment. Pitts, solid. Gibbs, solid in the receiving game as well. Offensive line was pretty good. Sack totals, we got 2 guys in the double-digit range. 11 for Murphy, 10 for Anderson, 8.5 for Quentin. Dallas Turner did turn the season around decently. It was 2.5 past midway and then got to 6.5, so he must have had 4 sacks within the last 4 weeks. Picks, low, but there's some there. Aubrey was great. Why do we have backup kickers and punters? What is wrong with this game? Yearly award, though, we have, where the hell is our guy? Number 6 for Jaden Daniels, too many turnovers. Lamar wins MVP. This AFC South is crazy, by the way. Any awards at all? No. Nothing. Best QB at 4, best running back at 3, best wide receiver at 2, okay. O-line, no. No award wins, man. We are just like, we're just existing. We're not really known, but we're existing. Let's go against these Colts who have Lamar Jackson. Not looking good for us. Halftime score is 21-6, 21-9 now, 28-9, 35-9, 35-16. Okay, I mean, I guess we suck. 42-16. Once again, don't know if it's a scheme. It might just be Lamar Jackson being Lamar Jackson, but that is shockingly bad. I really can't believe we're this bad. Is Jaden Daniels just, like, not good? I don't understand. Gibbs was okay considering it's playoffs. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Dallas Turner at least had a good game. That's really the only positive at all. Damn, that was a smoke show. They just completely dominated us. It wasn't even close. Is this the same rematch, by the way? The Rams and the Bills? Isn't that what we just seen? So, yeah, it pays to have a high draft pick, believe it or not. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, we have these teams that are, like, locked in at the top. Although, maybe they weren't. Like, J.J. McCarthy wouldn't go that high. Wait, did they, like, cook up without a top-tier draft pick? I'm trying to find who they took in the first round. Eden Hutchinson. Yeah, they would have been in the 20s then. Okay, I mean, that's kind of wild. Yeah, I mean, they would have been in the late, in the 20 range for Aiden to be their first-round pick. All right, let's go to re-signings. We have 91 mil. I don't remember getting Dallas Turner now that I think about it. Oh, no. What does he want? He wants like a 3-year 64 now. I kind of sold a little bit. I don't know why. I just thought that we got the contract done, and we simply didn't. Watch, he doesn't even take this. 5-year 115. So stupid, dude. Whatever, we'll save some money with a tag. Thank you. And that's pretty much it. Patrick Ricard, he's a fullback. Fullbacks don't really matter too much in Sim. Let's move on to free agency. Doubt we're going to see anybody there, but I'm probably willing to take, if there's a linebacker, if there's an offensive lineman, we'll take a look at the dev-ups if we had any in a moment. Aquanu is a lineman. Believe it or not, that is a player that plays on the offensive line, so definitely intriguing, but also costly. Not interested in joining us at all, so we'll offer what I think is kind of my max, just over $20 million per. And that's as far as I'm going. There's still a chance for us there, but yeah, he's going to go to the Chiefs. I wasn't spending any more money than that. That's a lot as is. I know he's a good player, but still. Let's take a look at the offense, see if we have any dev-ups. Gibbs and Drake London, those are pretty big, actually. Those are massive dev-ups, especially for Gibbs, who is playing the most, randomly volatile position in the league. Gibbs getting to superstar is massive. Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. Maybe we get Nakobe Dean to star, which we don't. But we do see some more defensive lineman upgrades. So we have Byron Murphy with a dev up to superstar, which is awesome. He's now an 87 overall. That's really good. Pretty quick development. And then Will Anderson, not his best work, yet the work that gets him a superstar. Maybe he had a lot of tackles for loss. I didn't really pay attention to that. Usually you just gravitate towards sacks, especially for an edge rusher, but still, corners really haven't changed. I mean, really just getting Nakobe Dean a dev up is where we're at. That's what we need. Polite, though, 78 overall. Starting him over Jack Campbell just because, that rookie boost you get XP-wise is just so invaluable. We're probably going to end up trading off Drew Sanders, 76 overall, still young, 25 years old. Still has a chance to develop, but he needs to start somewhere now. But as usual, we are going to be trading for the 32nd overall pick, which is, was it the Bills who won? I didn't even remember paying attention to that. It was the Bills. So Bills, again, winning 2 Super Bowls. So if we somehow magically win a Super Bowl in this one, we're not even going to go for back-to-back or best 2 out of 3. The Bills have beat us to it. And thankfully, it seems like they actually have all their draft picks besides the 7th round, so I can just do one of these and call it a day. All right, we're back in the draft. It looks a little bit of a better draft, in my opinion. There's a little bit better selection of offensive linemen that might not be gone by our next... Oh, who's this? Tavon Porter. Didn't expect to be going first-round lineman. I mean, I expect to go for a lineman in the first round, but not a first-round projected lineman. I'm not really liking the linebackers too much. I mean, I'm down, I think. Right? I didn't really look that low. I didn't expect anyone to be here. 1 to 2 at 32 is kind of, pushing it. So Porter, probably going to be another normal dev. What do we got? True talent 12. Hey, hidden dev. So we just basically need 2 more linemen at least. We're going to go to 32 and potentially take another one. That McManus guy is also around 1, and I don't really trust it because we got scammed last time, but probably is worth it. McManus, let's take a look. Built to play center, so this would be our new center if he's hidden. I mean, I guess I'll take the risk. True talent 7. Hidden dev. Another hidden. Okay, let's go on again. I don't know there's going to be anybody here, but we can't trade up. These are the rules. We'll allow ourselves to trade down for future stuff, and whatever happens, happens, but we're not going to trade up. And, oh, this is a tough one because we have a linebacker, but we have a 1 to 2 lineman, which would finish the... You know what? We already have linebackers. I don't care. 27 true. Yes! 3 hidden linemen. We're done. The offensive line is done. It's really all about, can we afford to keep the team together now? That's the only issue we have. Linebacker's definitely going to be gone. There's not really much we're going to be able to do at this point. That was kind of the risk. Maybe you take that linebacker and then the center's there the next round, but, just not really needing a linebacker technically was like, just do what you think is the best for the team. I'm going to go with that Whitfield guy. He's got a little bit of speed. Super raw, but got some speed. I guess I take Whitfield. Mr. Whitfield. True talent 119. That's not bad, actually. That's not terrible. We have a bunch of 5th-round picks, so we're going to trade those off, I think. Maybe land ourselves a 3rd next year. Oh, we have a lot of 3rd-round picks. Holy crap. Or 5th-round picks. The Broncos are offering me a 3rd. Well, the Chiefs are offering me one for next year, though. The Dolphins, easy clap. Look how many 7th-round picks we have. I'm going to keep 2 of them, I think. Getting a couple of 4th-round offers next year. Boom, the Buccaneers, easy clap. Let's move on to the next picks of the draft. 27 in the 6th round. Did we not have the 6th round? Maybe it was just glitched out. We only have a 7th-round pick left. This guy was ass, but he's 2 to 3. I mean, all the players are kind of ass at this point. I'm just going to take a chance on him. Don't know why I would, because we obviously know he's going to be a bust, but I see 2 to 3. I'm interested a little bit. And then we'll take some depth. Noah Rhodes, C finesse, C power move. Looks terrible. You know what? I could have actually went fullback. I'm so dumb. Oh well, here we go. Pick 32 and, well, not 32. The 1st and 2nd round picks, both 76 overall linemen, and then another one that's 74. This was a really good draft for offensive linemen for us. Weird draft, though. Like, his base pass block is terrible, and his run block is terrible. So it's a little weird, but seems to be a decent player. 1st-round pick. What dev we looking at? Superstar. Okay, so there's a reason to go for a 1st-round lineman. Obviously, it's completely random. It's completely luck-based, but still, is at least worthy, I guess. Then we have ourselves another guard who's going to be playing center because he's, only 6'2". Start of element trait, and then we'll look at the other lineman who actually was a center, Mr. Reese, who was 6'3". He's a little bit bigger, kind of, sort of. He is built better to play guard anyways, faster. But yeah, technically he is worse because he is, in a way, lighter because he's taller and lighter rather than, just being straight up heavy. The rest of the players are terrible. We knew they would be, so I'm not worried about it. Let's get rid of these 2 and go on to Season 3. All right, here's the team for Season 3. I got to say, the team's looking pretty good, though. You have, a 90-plus overall running back, quarterback, wide receiver, tight ends not too far behind. Wilson, 82 overall, 26-year-old. He's kind of falling behind a little bit, though. Tackles look great. The interior of the line is all 75-plus. The offense, I think, is fine. Defensively, maybe a little bit of a different story. Nakobe Dean might need an upgrade of dev or a replacement. But you know what? The team is actually pretty good across the board. So 87 overall team. If the scheme allows it, I think this should be another successful season and hopefully one where we actually do a little damage in the playoffs. So we're only at 5-4 right now with one of the best teams in the league. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But Gibbs obviously gets a contract. Pitts, likely. Turner, I think, right? He's getting up there in overall. Neal, no. Max Melton, probably not, even though I like the contract. Definitely not for Braswell. Got to save some money somewhere. Once Daniels needs a contract, it's over. he's going to be asking for like $70 million a year, especially if everyone else is getting that already. Gibbs will do a 6-year 93. Was he on the fence, did he say? No, he was on the roster again, is what he meant. A 5-year 70 for Pitts. Probably could have done even more than that if we wanted to, like years-wise, but that's fine. Turner, he's an 84 overall now. Is he actually like starting to put up the numbers? He is. Okay, so the numbers are getting better, which is nice. So we'll do if we can we just do, please just, like, give me the con. A 5-year 110. Oh, my God, dude. Why is he so difficult? So annoying. A little bit of a different route to get to this record, but seemingly almost the same record as last year, 11-6. Of course, not going to win our division because the Colts are just unbelievable. They're not looking back. Let's take a look at the stats and awards. Obviously, you don't need to see our win-loss. We, put up pretty much these same numbers as last year. Daniel's still throwing a lot of picks. I mean, that is kind of the Josh Allen playbook, way. You put up crazy numbers, but you also, have a lot of turnovers. Mitchell had a great year. I'm not really sure how to decide who gets what in this scheme, but 99 catches for him, I guess, with 9 touchdowns. Wilson really is not seeming like he's worth it. Offensive line played all right again. Anderson with 14.5 sacks. Turner with 8.5, which is still an improvement, but yeah, not where I want him to be. I want to be even higher. Murphy, worse than last year, sadly, and then Quentin has just been terrible. And then Aubrey had a bad year, and Stonehouse was great. Let's take a look at the awards. Obviously not going to win MVP. Did make the list at 7, though, so it's at least something. Can we get anything? Any guaranteed dev-ups? They're like, you can have your controller dying, though. That sounds good. That's fair, right? Things are dying left and right. Time to get some new ones. I actually did get some new ones. I just haven't used them. But yeah, no dev-ups, unfortunately. But here we are back in the playoffs against the Browns. I mean, this is a really good team, but we're starting to look, towards that, like, is this going to be a fail rebuild territory? Because we're just not as dominant as we should be. We find ourselves in a competitive one with a 1-point deficit at halftime. We're up by 5 now, down by 3 into the fourth quarter, and here we are at the 27-yard line, I think. I imagine it's us. 3rd and 8, not going to get it. It will be a tying field goal, though, 22-all. I don't remember ever seeing a game 22-all, so this could be one of those unique scores. And, of course, the Browns are going to not get the field goal. That's a bit, maybe not how that should go, but I will roll with the punches, I suppose. We've rolled with the punches in the past. And will it matter as they're going to score a touchdown? It is now a first-to-score situation like the OG playoffs that nobody wants. Deserved or not, we're moving on to the divisional round. I can't believe we let that drive up, though. Right before half, we gave them, the perfect drive. They wasted almost every single second to hit a chip shot field goal, and they just didn't do it. Daniels was great, though. He deserved to be better. Baker's like, no. Please. I'm back in Cleveland. Somebody help. Of course, I probably should have noticed that earlier because I imagine he was already there. Michael Wilson, though, 10 catches for 157 yards. Pretty damn impressive. Drew Sanders with a sack, at least some pressure for once from somebody. And Gay missed a field. Oh, maybe he didn't. I think he missed the field goal, actually. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore. He missed a 20-yard chip shot. Yeah, that name's getting made fun of. Right or wrong, that name is getting made fun of. I'll be honest. That's just the world we live in sometimes. Let's go to the divisional round. He's thinking, hey, I thought I was past this. I thought we were all more accepting. After missing a 20-yard field goal to lose in the playoffs, nope. The ugly is going to come out. I just know it. We are playing against the Texans here. We have a 6 overall higher difference on them, and we're at home. All right, going to the end of the game. Let's see it. 7-0, not a bad start. Trying to find ways to cut these videos down a little bit. Probably just too much yapping, but that's why I've been kind of starting into the halftime portion for these playoff games. Not 12-9. This playbook, man, it is just not good. 19-9. Texans are going to make it a 7-point game. Are they going to score? They won't. So another weird scoring game. 19-12. There's no way that's ever happened. Those two scores are way too random. Sam Howell, still the quarterback for the Texans. Daniels, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Gibbs, 4.4 yards per carry. Wilson had another, couple of decent plays in there. Chris Jones killed it for them. Byron Murphy killed it for us. Deontay Ware, I thought it was DeMarcus Ware. I just flashed back to the prime days. Aubrey with a missed field goal. I thought it was DeMarcus Ware. Part of me was like, wow, he's back. But obviously not. Let's take a look, though, at who our championship round opponent's going to be. We've been seeing a lot of Bills lately. If it's the Bills, you might as well just not even watch the damn thing. Oh, no, the Colts as well. The Bills and the Colts are deadly. What happened to the Bills? Because I'm pretty sure they just won back-to-back Super Bowls, right? So they just lost. They lost to Denver in round 1. Wow. Denver couldn't beat the Colts either, so it is what it is. What was on the other side? Niners, Rams. Rams have been in every single one, too. So tough task. Not only have to beat the Colts, but then if we do win, it's probably going to be the Rams again, who have been into 3 straight Super Bowls at that rate. That's tough. Going to the end of the game, let's see it. The Colts get a touchdown. We get a touchdown right back, though. It looks like Jahmyr Gibbs cooked up for us. 14-7, 21-7. The most points we've scored in the playoffs, like, at all, like, just ever. Huge drive, Chance didn't score. Huge drive in the second half, did score. It's an 11-point game. A touchdown would win it, and there you go. We do not look back. Look at us revenging. I don't even know. 42-24. It's not avenging, because obviously I don't think you can avenge yourself, right? Like, that would just be getting revenge. But looking at the quarterbacks, pretty similar stuff. Jaden Daniels is definitely a bit more accurate, a bit more efficient with the yards per attempt. And then look at Gibbs, 70-yard run, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. I love to see it. Mitchell has been pretty good. So is Michael Wilson in these playoffs. And then we look at the defensive side of the ball, where we don't have as many sacks as the last game, but it's going to be hard to catch up with that or keep up with that. Arnold at 1 pick, Overshown 1 pick. Both guys missing a kick. Aubrey's was blocked, but I'm also just not really a fan of the amount of kicks he's missing right now. Call it blocks, call it whatever you want, but it has been kind of like, really? Is that what you want to do? You want to be the best kicker in the game and miss kicks constantly? Okay, if that's your plan. Please don't be the Rams. Of course it's the Rams, dude. How are the Rams winning so much? I'm genuinely surprised that it hasn't been, the Bills again. I mean, we're seeing just like the Rams go to every single Super Bowl here. They beat the Seahawks by 5. They beat the Lions by 16. They beat the Niners by 13. Those scores are kind of low. I don't know if their defense is just truly that elite or not, but I like our chances if we can put up 30. I know 30's a lot, but if we can put up 30, I feel good about it. Unfortunately, Mitchell doesn't go up in dev. Obviously, Wilson doesn't go up in dev. No one else on offense does. Defensively, Dean is still normal dev. So we had 0 dev trade upgrades across the board, unfortunately. So definitely a bit disappointed. But let's go into this Super Bowl. We have a higher overall team, but they have been there a lot more than us. All right, here we are, Super Bowl. Rams score 3. We score 7. It's a great start trying to get to 30. Like I said, I think 30 is the goal. You hit 30, you win the game. That's my opinion. It's looking pretty good to hit 30 as well. 21-10. Rams aren't going away. 21-13. Hit 30, dude. All right, I guess 21's enough, as the Jacksonville Jaguars have won the Super Bowl 21-13. Our defense kind of, awoken a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Our offense kind of regressed back to those first 2 games we had. Championship game was definitely the outlier. But as a whole, we did just enough to win. Once again, I am still shocked that Jaden Daniels was there at 32. I really thought it was going to be a best-case scenario, Caleb Williams. And even then, I mean, I probably would have taken him, but maybe I wouldn't even have taken him. I'm not sure what Devi is in the game. I would imagine the way he's playing in real life can't be higher than star, maybe superstar at best, but he is also kind of getting hated on for, I wouldn't say no reason, but a little bit too hard. I think those expectations a little too high, and it's pretty hard to catch those. So give him some time. Jaden Daniels is playing really well too, though, so it doesn't really help that case, but. Yeah, statistically, I mean, the numbers aren't really, like, crazy different. I know the QBR is a bit low for Caleb, but, yeah, I don't know where this conversation's headed, so I'm just going to stop. You know what? I said I wasn't going to go on any further. I'm going on further. We're doing 2 more seasons, damn it. I don't care. I want to create the greatest team. But, yeah, it's going to be hard because the Bills literally just went back-to-back, I'm pretty sure, so it's going to be tough. But this is a really good team, so if any team could do it, this one might be up there. I don't know if I want to because of what we've already done here, but could you imagine we did the number 1 overall pick every round? I mean, like, we did this with the 32nd pick, and we did it in the draft. So even if we decided not to take away that, and, we do get whatever draft pick we get, we've done this with pick 32. The sweet thing is I don't actually have to change anything this year. I don't have to trade for anything. I just keep what I got, they're saying 31, but we literally just won the Super Bowl. Come on, EA, keep up. But yeah, is nice. But I think it's going to be a little too easy to do round one, so or pick one. I think the next one would be we do this again, but the CPU drafts. That would be the truly tough one. Now, I don't think they're going to be drafting this the actual, like, you know, rookie draft class. That would be really stupid, because then what am I even doing? I'm not doing anything. I think Thomas, because left tackle is a little bit harder to develop, I think. But yeah, that's probably the next one. I don't think there's point in doing the first pick overall, right? Like, that's just too easy. Too easy. Mahomes, and then, you know, a decent edge rusher, and it's just, no, it's too easy at that point, I think. But yeah, for the re-signings, I did actually get Melton back, but everyone else is going to be gone. I think Evan Neal's actually a really good deal. It's just we don't need him, so going to save our money where we can. And free agency, I mean, we just won the Super Bowl, so I don't know if I want to push too hard for adding new players when, you know, we have to re-sign our own guys. And even if I wanted to push hard, there's really no one to push hard for. This is a pretty weak class of free agents. I suppose you can go fullback, but I mean, we didn't even have a single fullback rostered last year, so what's even the point? Ray Higgins, let's do a 2-year because we're doing 2 more years. And that's basically it. Get our fullback and head to the draft, where I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be grabbing. We'll show you guys also that we didn't, you know, do any funny business, which is, boom, no funny business. Trust me, we watch your videos. There's never any funny business. But yeah, let's see what we even need. Who's walking away? CJ Mosley. I don't know if he's exactly, did it say all-time great? Oh, it's been a great run. Okay. I was about to say, let's slow the roll a little bit. Good player, but, you know, not an all-time great. So who do we have to pay upcoming here? So this is for this season, right? So oh my God, it's going to get bad. So let's pay attention to these. DT corner. I think DT corner are going to be the 2 positions we pay attention to in this draft, because those are going to be positions, especially that DT, that we might not be able to afford. I'm not 100% sure if we can actually afford Byron Murphy. 90+ overall superstar. He's going to be probably asking for nearly 40 per. We have 66 mil left. You know, I don't know about that. Pick 32. Once again, the cleanest, you know, trade situation, because I didn't have to actually make any trades. What do we got? We got ourselves a linebacker. We got ourselves a wide receiver. The wide receiver I was looking at is gone, but this guy is on my list still. Frank Jones, pretty athletic, looks all right. Don't think I need wide receiver. We got it done with the guys we did. They're getting better. They're contracted. Why do something we shouldn't do? We can move down. I mean, we can't move down because we're kind of doing the whole, like, stay where we're at kind of situation. Don't need linebacker that bad. I put, you know, I had it on my list because that was kind of the only thing we had a need of. And I don't really like the corners in this class. I'm going to take one more look at them, but I didn't really like them. So, yeah, I mean, I just, like, what are we doing here? You know, these corners suck. I guess, since we're sticking at 32 every time, this is probably the best wide receiver we're going to see. Frank Jones, why not? True Talent 13. And he's hidden. Okay, I mean, I didn't have high hopes for him. I really didn't. Didn't have high hopes. I was just kind of taking a guy that I felt like the value was there, you know. So fair enough. And then with this one, it's going to be hard to pass on Andrews, but I think we need DT a little bit more if we're going to be losing Byron. A lot of athleticism. Antoine Perry is going to be my choice. 47 true. Damn, sadly normal development trade. A lot of athleticism. Giving me Byron Murphy vibes, actually. And if at 17 Andrews is there, which he is not, he went to the Cowboys at 79. I hate the Cowboys. That's who I was going to take. Is this a lineman? I really don't need a lineman, to be honest. I don't really. This whole freaking class is gone. Luke Cobb. I mean, we could probably get Luke Cobb next round. I guess I'm just going to take all I got, which is Brandon Dorsett at 17. 65 true, hidden dev. All right, we got some depth, I suppose. And then, like I said, all I've got again is that lineman. So if the other center is there, which I would imagine he will be, that's the route we're going to go. Luke Cobb. Do we land ourselves another hidden? 69 true talent. Another hidden. So, I mean, they're both good players, both 84 strength I seen in there as well. And now it's probably starting, you know, time to trade down a little bit. Ryan Shields, the fullback. Really elite speed. He could actually be goated. I'm glad that they just ended the draft. I can't even see my guy. Well, I guess we'll have to find out in a second. He actually looks like he probably will be hidden development trade. Let's take a look at the recap of this draft. 75 for the white. Oh, this is a good draft. 74 overall for Ryan Shields. Normal dev, but yeah, I mean, 74 overall is telling me that he's good. But let's take a look at The rest of this class here, we got ourselves a decently fast wide receiver. Didn't really care too much for that. Just a guy to take. Frank Jones, the wide receiver we're talking about. Do you trade somebody off, like perhaps Michael Wilson? I don't know. I don't want to lose what we've got because we just won the Super Bowl with it, but Frank Jones also, especially as a rookie, has a ton of potential. So, I mean, do you not just use him and trade off Wilson for maybe even like a second-round pick or something? I'm not sure. Finesse is high for Perry, so good player, even if he is only normal development trait. And then we got 2 hidden linemen that, we don't even need linemen, so I don't care about their devs too much. Let's take a look at Michael Wilson, though. See, if he's at least 84, I think you got to keep him. Yeah, I mean, he's 84 overall. I was kind of feeling that's where he would have been. I mean, let's open the door to a trade, see what we got. Kirk, it's a really weird 1-to-1 trade offer they gave us, but sure. I mean, I appreciate the offer. Thanks for coming out, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one, buddy. What if I added a pick? We could get Pearsall. I still don't know his name. Linebacker, no. I don't really like these offers. Do a second-round pick offer. All right, so this is a little bit better, but not by much. Diaby, look at him go. Cool to see a new name kind of developing a little bit. I was kind of hoping for like a straight 1-to-1 trade for someone's actually good wide receiver, but that is not something I am currently seeing, unfortunately. Chop Robinson's a decent little offer if we didn't pay Dallas Turner. Byron Young, obviously on the older side, but an X factor. Terry McLaurin, I mean, there's no point. So, yeah, Michael Wilson's value isn't really there. I don't know what to do, though, because, like, Jones should be starting. I guess we waste him. Sounds like I'm talking about, like, murdering him, but no. I guess we just don't use him. All right, not a whole lot has changed heading into Season 4. We moved Mitchell up because he's about the same overall as Wilson, but way faster and 3 years younger. Maybe you do argue that Jones should just start because, I mean, we're almost pushing Wilson to the side anyways. But everything else looks pretty damn good in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I forgot we got the fullback. We got the star dev fullback. They're the same person. Oh, my Lord. What is even going on? But looking at the defense, still need that damn dev up from Nakobe Dean, but he's an 85 overall. He is good. He just needs to get the damn dev up. Unfortunately, just hasn't happened yet. Every other player, though, I think is perfectly fine. It's just, can we afford them as well? Also, Dallas Turner. We forgot to look at the dev ups. Dallas Turner was a guy that went to Superstar. For my Defensive Player of the Week during the Super Bowl. Wow. Okay, that is extremely lucky. We'll take it, but yeah, that is really lucky. I wonder what the odds of that even happening are, unless it's higher for doing, winning player of the week during the playoffs, perhaps, especially the Super Bowl. I don't know. But that's a sweet little dev up we got as we're headed on to, this fourth season coming off of a Super Bowl win. Some really good teams in this AFC, and we are one of them. We talked about not being able to afford Murphy, and I think that time has kind of come here. DJ Turner, I think the value is too immense to not keep him. Very high overall as well. The one thing I'm noticing here is that I really should have just ended the rebuild after winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, we're going to be losing some players here. Drake London is not one of them, though. Wide receiver with high overall, it's not super easy to do. So 4 year there, obviously I can't afford Murphy, and I probably could afford Bullock, but he is a safety. At this point, like, who can I even afford? Like, Daniels needs a contract soon, potentially. So we're losing Bullock and we're losing Murphy. I'm not even going to look at the contract for Murphy. That's like nearly $30 million per. I can't afford that. Even if he's really, really, really good, it doesn't matter. And even then, he's really not really, really good. Last year wasn't great. He will get back to that maybe double digits this season, but hasn't been consistent technically. But yeah, there's that. But we're having a good season, so if we can win back-to-back, that'd be great. But yeah, we are probably losing Bullock and Byron. All right, going to the playoffs. Let's see what we have. 14-3. Still not going to get that bye week. The Bills tying us, but because we lost to them in a head-to-head matchup, we will not get that nod for the bye week, unfortunately. I will say we did already just win the Super Bowl, so we probably could just simulate until we get to like an actual important game. But Jaden Daniels, 32 touchdowns, 12 picks, 4,200 yards. Pretty good. Gibbs out of nowhere. Terrible, though. I don't know what that's all about. Half tempted to change the scheme again. Oh, my God. What is this season, though? Where did this come from? 25.5 sacks for Will Anderson, 22 for Quinnen, 14 for Byron, 9 for Dallas Turner. Wow, Aubrey had an insane kicking season. One of the best kick seasons I've seen in Sim. Daniels at number 3 for MVP. We get Defensive Player of the Year with Anderson. That should be an X factor. Best D-line as well. Best kicker. Pretty impressive stuff, but the season did kind of feel a little weird, but here it is, the 9-8 Bengals. See what happens. We win that one to go against the Raiders, 11-6. We win that one. I guess we'll go look at the championship round. Championship round and beyond, I think, is worth it. But here we are, really good team, 90 overall Patriots. I don't know if anyone can stop us. And very fitting, the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots is Caleb Williams. Just talked about him a little bit and kind of the comparison between him and Jaden Daniels. And now we're going to get a direct 1-to-1 comparison. We get another touchdown, but miss the extra point. It's 20-3. It's looking like a pretty dominating performance so far. A 20-point game at half. They do get a touchdown, but then we get one right back, erasing what they've done. And the clock is just not going to cooperate with them as they try to make the comeback. They can't quite do it scoreboard-wise or time on the clock-wise. And we will be headed to back-to-back Super Bowls. Looking at the numbers, Jaden Daniels definitely outperformed Caleb, but Caleb was pretty good when you look at that yards per attempt average and a couple of rushing touchdowns to go with it. Jaden Daniels got himself on the board. So did Caleb Williams on the ground. Drake London, amazing game. Donovan Mitchell, amazing game. I really do wonder where our contract situations are going to lie, though, as we are really broke, and we do have to pay Jaden. I know Jaden's probably making like $10 million per right now. That's going to jump quite a bit when he actually needs a contract. The league is going to see a lot of free agents, a lot of good free agents soon. As it's going to be a new name in the NFC team side. The Rams are done losing Super Bowls. That is 3 straight Super Bowls they lost, by the way. But the Giants, the New York Giants, 86 overall. Let's take a look at what our team looks like. We're 93 overall now. No dev up for Mitchell. No dev up for Wilson, Drake London, anyone on the offensive side of the ball. Should be some on the defense, though. Will Anderson's an X factor. Byron Murphy's an X factor. Bullard's a superstar. This is the one that, kind of didn't really know much about. The other guys, I expected them to go up in dev, obviously. But Bullard, I didn't really pay attention to his season, to be honest. My bad. Corners still haven't developed, but they've developed. They just haven't gotten dev ups. And then Nakobe's still at normal, man. But yeah, some decent dev ups here. Unfortunately, Byron is likely to be gone. We just can't afford him. But here it is for a chance to go repeat back-to-back up against Joe Burrow. Cooper Kupp's still there, so he's got to be regressed pretty hard by now. All right, going to the end of the game, 7-0, 7-3, 7-10, 17-7. One more touchdown might be enough already. This defense has been playing pretty well. And the Giants will not go away. It's a 7-point game. We can put it away at any possible moment, and we just haven't. And there it is. That will put it away. The Jacksonville Jaguars are about to win back-to-back, 24-17. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. The Jaguars are on a roll. The Bills are scared because we're about to do what they can't, and they couldn't. No other team could, which is the three-peat. Jaden Daniels, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Burrow, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Looking at running, though, not great. Receiving, some decent names every, here and there. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 78. Really haven't heard his name too much, but he has done well. He's done well. Gotten himself a dev up. He's been good. He's been as good as he always is. Jordan Brooks with a pick. Mike Polite with a pick. Kicking was clean, and a win for us again. So let's take a look once again. Win-loss, all that good stuff. I mean, we won it last year. I'm not really sure why you would... need to do something crazy to win it this year, but let's go on to the re-signings. I think there's no way we have money all of a sudden, so other than maybe a tag or a 1-year deal just to keep the team intact for one more season for the most part. I don't want to lose Bullock, but I think we can definitely handle losing Bullock more than we would Byron. I think Byron would be a massive loss. 3-95, which comes out to a 1. I think he'll actually take this. Yeah, he took a 1-year 32. $21 million left. I don't want to lose Bullock. Did he go down in overall, by the way? I think he might have. I swear he was an 87 when we were trying to re-sign him. What is this? Hello? What just happened? He just lost 4 speed at the age of 25. Bro, huh? Yo, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, if somebody at EA wants to explain what the actual F is this, I would love to hear them out. I would love to hear the thought process behind losing 4 speed. If, you know what, it would be crazy realism, it'd be super cool. If he had an injury or something that was major and that happened, okay, that's actually kind of cool. It's annoying as hell, but it's kind of cool. But no, that is not what happened because we have injuries off. So I don't know how you explain that one. Also, Aubrey had a crazy year. I'm going to pay him. Okay, I'm going to pay him nothing. See you later. Actually, I'll pay him the tag. It's $700K cheaper. Yay. I can buy myself a snow cone with that savings. Hell, at stadium prices, pretty damn close. Here we are talking about free agents. Obviously, Bullock is in there, but man, I can't believe that speed drop. Tank Dell is the kind of highlight, the headliner for this free agency group. Not quite, as good as we were talking about, but I think it's going to get crazy the next offseason, which unfortunately we won't be able to see unless we decide to take a peek after the fact. But yeah, it is draft time. Once again, pick 32, so don't need to make any trades, which is awesome. And I guess future-proof the team. Pick 32, who would have thought? It's another situation where we're going to be thinking about the future, even if we're not going to be here for the future. We got some linebackers here, 1 and 2. Don't really need pass rusher, but obviously when you get an opportunity like that, it is hard to pass on. Oh, wow. Okay, so I scouted some corners because that's, another position that might be of need. Somehow Tatum's still here, a 1 to 2 projection with a top 5 true talent grade. That is really crazy good. So obviously I have no choice but to take Dominique Tatum. Not the fastest guy in the world, but the 4.39. I'm assuming at least 90 speed. Even though it says solid on the left, which he has, we don't know, true talent 4. Yeah, 90 speed, 95 excel, 90 jump, 90 change of direction, 91 agility, hidden dev. I mean, he looks good to me. That is a sweet pick. Nice. I'm not sure what the cornerback situation is, at cornerback 2 or whatnot, contract-wise, but that works. We have a late second here. Don't know if I really even need linebacker, but the value of Hugh Fitzpatrick seems to be pretty damn good. So that's who we're going to be taking. Another value pick for a position that could be a problem in the future. Normal dev, unfortunately, though, which kind of sucks. It looked really, really promising. Moving on to 32, we have a day 3 DT. We'll see if he's there still. Lyons is one of the corners that I had on my list. I think he had an A-man coverage, if I'm not mistaken, which is ridiculous. But we just drafted a really good corner. Probably don't need him. Gatewood, I think, was halfway decent, too. B-man coverage. What about shorts? A finesse, B block shed, B tackle. Looks good enough for me. I don't know if he'll be anything special. Ooh, maybe. Oh, hidden dev. Okay, so if you can't afford Byron going forward, there is your new Byron, right? Not bad. And I think we could use a backup running back. Was Kitchens decent? I think he was, right? A carrying, good enough speed for a power back. So Adonis Kitchens. True talent 41, and another hidden dev. Not as important because it's a running back. Really just looking for a backup running back at this rate. And then did the corner. I don't see Gatewood. The corner might still be there. All right, we'll take Martin Gatewood as well. B catch, B man coverage. 55 true talent. Also hidden. We are having a hell of a run late third into the fourth. Oh my. Okay. I mean, that makes that one draft we had where we drafted like nothing but normals, even in the first round, look way worse than it was. Winslow, another fast guy. We'll take another running back. Why not? I'm just going to take the value. 111 true, normal dev. Who cares? The rest, however, will be trade downs. Random wide receiver for Mr. Irrelevant. And so irrelevant, they won't even let me look. And here we are. True talent 4, 77 overall. Looks pretty fitting to me. Hidden development trait. Really good press. Zone coverage is 75. But let's take a look at the dev. Only star dev. Unfortunately, not going to see much better than that. Fitzpatrick was normal. He's 73 overall. Shorts was actually hidden. 72 overall. At this point, though, these guys are all back. Oh, 82 finesse, though. These guys are all backups that aren't going to play right away, so there's actually no point in really looking at the dev of any of them. So we're just going to ignore it. They're allowing us to, basically trade up a lineman, get Blake Fisher, who might have already even gotten paid. That's kind of weird. A lot of value from Lafferty. Wow. I mean, I don't care. I'm down. You want to give me Aleem McNeil? Sure. I don't know why they like this guy so much. Aleem McNeil, I imagine, needs a contract, but I'll take the depth. I mean, it's the final season anyways. Yeah, he definitely needs a contract, but still, that's crazy talent. And I also completely forgot that we just don't have a strong safety, so that's kind of a problem. Maybe we move over Terrion Arnold. I've done it before. We've already paid Terrion, so I mean, I guess Terrion Arnold's a strong safety now. Although I could just trade off Aleem McNeil to a team that needs it. Would be unrealistic, but I mean, a fantasy draft itself is unrealistic, so say what you want. But yeah, to a team that actually like needs him and then maybe has a safety that they're willing to part with. Let's see what we can do with this, because, I mean, he's good. He's got to be worth something. Jordan Battle, I don't know if that's quite the value I'm looking for, but it's something. Gives me an idea. You know, Cam Taylor-Britt with the third, and, you know, that's not bad. Who is this? James Wilson. He's probably going to be slow as hell, but I'm honestly just willing to take him straight up. Or Amani Walton. Welcome to the team. Nice. It is a fair trade. A defensive tackle is really good, right? It is a really good player, or a position. You know, it is a really tough one to develop. And we get ourselves a 92 speed safety, mind you. Terrion Arnold, moving your ass back to corner. Welcome back. And here we have it, the team for the final year. We have a pretty damn good-looking offense. Obviously, wide receivers would like the overalls to be a little bit higher, especially the devs at the 2 and 3 spot, but it is a really good committee of players. I mean, there's a lot of talent at wide receiver. Running backs, we've got a lot of talent here as well. Gibbs almost a 99 overall. Same with Daniels. Drake London at 94, Pitts at 92. Both of our tackles are in the 90s. Our O-line is really high up there now. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, you have the linebackers about an 85 across the board. Obviously, Wallace a little bit lower, but you take the extra from Nakobe, and it's pretty damn close. Safeties, Walton, the new man, probably need to pay him, which I doubt we'll be able to do. Yeah, it's really just a rental, one way or another. Whoever we traded for, McNeil or him, they were going to be a one-year player, which is fine by me because we only have 1 year left here. And then looking at the defensive line, it looks great. Corners are solid. And we're headed on in to the final year where we could potentially three-peat. All right, I'm glad this is the final year we're doing because holy guacamole, Jaden Daniels is asking for $500 million. I mean, why would I not at least get that number to $500 million? I don't even have the money, apparently. It says I have the money, but I don't. I don't know what they want from me. I'm just going to tag his ass, I guess. Tag him, meaning Byron's gone, Fashionu's gone, Walton's gone. Not as bad as I thought. Polite's gone, but not as bad as I thought. Michael Wilson, Braylon Allen, but I mean, you could definitely work as long as you keep the quarterback. You can work with what you got. But yeah, this is the absolute window, without a doubt. And we finally did it. We were good enough to get the bye week, the first round bye. Not good enough for an undefeated season, unfortunately, but still a great season nonetheless, and good enough to be sitting home for the wild card round. Let's take a look at the stats and awards where we've seen two of our guys in the top three at their respective offensive positions. Jaden Daniels, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, just about 4,800 yards. Rushing, Gibbs is back to his normal self with 16 touchdowns. Daniels with 9 touchdowns. Probably going to be MVP with 50 total touchdowns and only 8 turnovers. Drake London was great. Could go to X Factor, should go to X Factor. Mitchell was good. Will he go to X Superstar or Star? I don't know. Wilson, a lot of touchdowns, could go to Superstar. Pitts, serviceable. Offensive line, pretty good. Defensively, we've been seeing a lot of great numbers from these guys. Less than last year, but more balanced as you have all 4 guys in the double digits now. DJ Turner with 5 picks, Dean with 4, maybe one of them, maybe both of them get dev-ups. Aubrey missing 4 out of 20 is not great, but it's still okay. I've seen worse. Stonehouse, just under 52 yards per punt, but over 50, which means he's in the good threshold. Yearly awards, we got ourselves the MVP. The MVP, I think I just said, MVP, Jaden Daniels. We knew it was going to happen, and it happened. Finally. Best quarterback, best running back, best wide receiver at 2. O-line, no. D-line at 2, 3, 4, 6. I don't know why they decided to spread them up, separate them, but sure. Number 2 for best DB for our cornerback, and then kicker was still on the list at number 10. All right, to the divisional round, what are we looking at? Is it going to be a tough team? The Patriots, we actually took them down in our first Super Bowl run, if I'm not mistaken. For some reason, though, in these rebuilds, they always come crashing down. It's never a happy ending. It's never it's a close one. It's almost always you just won 2 Super Bowls in a row? Well, here you go. You're not making the playoffs. This time, maybe first round bye, and then losing in the first round we actually play. We'll see what happens, though. You have New York and was that Washington on the other side for the NFC? Still not the championship round, so there's still more teams to go. The Bills are still in it. Great. So even if we win this, we do have to play against a team that won 2 in a row themselves. So that would be an ultimate matchup. I would love for this to end in that matchup. So please at least win this. Whatever happens after, that's great. That's all that matters. And that is what's going to happen here as we are going to win this game 31-10. 31-17, excuse me. They decided to get one last score to make it look good, but even then, it still doesn't look close. Looking at the quarterback numbers, Jaden Daniels wasn't great, but he was good enough. Gibbs was great. Running backs, or wide receivers anyways, pretty lackluster. Defensively, Byron Murphy has been great, but he can't afford him. Tatum gets a pick, Queen gets a pick, and kicking was clean. Championship round, the Bills. We knew it, we seen it, we are dreading it, but it is one hell of a fitting end. If only it was possible for us to actually play them in the Super Bowl, that'd be crazy. But 2 Super Bowls for them, 2 Super Bowls for us. The winner of this one basically proves that they are the best team in the NFL. Our chance at a 3-peat could be denied by a team that is going to win 3 out of 5 years. 7 points for the Bills to start her out. Another 7 points, so not looking good. Another 3 points. We do drive down for 0 points, and it looks like we're going to have one of those sims where we just have 0 chance to win it. It's one of those sims where you're not going to win it, but if you re-simmed, I bet you the outcome's different. I don't care. I'll lose purposely afterwards. I just want to test it. Like, I get it, any given Sunday, but I just have a feeling that this is going to be nowhere near that dominant. They could win, but it won't be another dominating performance. It just won't be. It just simply won't be. 7-0, 7-3. We at least score some points in the first half. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. I guess they're just going to kick our ass again. It was better, but they're still kind of kicking our ass. But as you can see here, we are kind of climbing back. It's a 6-point game. Could they actually win it, though, if it came down to it? They actually do get the lead. And they get the stop. It looks like we would actually have won this game. Obviously, we didn't, so I'm going to back out. But we would have won that game. So we go from getting our ass kicked to winning the game, which, once again, any given Sunday. But it's still just like, these teams are just too good. I also do want to play a snap. I want to actually use the team a little bit. But these teams, in my opinion, are just way too good for either team, which it could happen once again. It is possible to just suck straight up. Like, I feel like it's guaranteed to be a close game. What are we doing that it's not, That's a crazy dot, by the way. Down to the 1. That'd be so frustrating to watch. But yeah, that is going to be the rebuild. Technically, we would have lost that game the first time, so I'm going to back out and, see if the Bills win a Super Bowl or not. Oh, I didn't even give them the force win. Did we lose anyways? We didn't. Crap! I forgot. I backed out, and I was just like, oh, yeah, whatever happens, happens, But I forgot that's not what we're doing. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So Tampa just gets a free win. It's pretty stupid, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to argue that Buffalo would have easily won, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm actually going to fair sim this, and then if we win, that means that the Bills would have won. That's basically what I'm saying. I kind of want to know if the Bills would have won. We won't know for sure because I've sold, but if we win in sim, I'm going to argue, well, if the Bills beat us and we beat the Buccaneers, then obviously the Bills would have won. So, long story short, very sneaky way for me to basically just cheat for a Super Bowl win. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We know we won 2 Super Bowls out of 5 years. It's not bad. It's not bad. The Bills arguably won 3, so the AFC with 5 straight Super Bowl wins. Unbelievable stuff. Speaking of unbelievable, some dev-ups for Drake London and Gibbs again, which is really impressive. Drake London, the speed isn't going to go up because you don't get those anymore in Madden, but yeah, ridiculous catching. Release is insane. He's basically just another Mike Evans, obviously, which, speaking of, the guy is in danger of losing the streak, isn't he? I haven't seen, has he been injured? He's got to be injured because the Buccaneers aren't that bad, right? Like, they're actually pretty decent. Oh, they're 4-6. Okay, that's something. But yeah, while he has been injured, he hasn't missed that many games to be this far behind. So, unfortunately, it does, in my opinion, look like it's going to be the end of the road for that 1,000-yard streak, if you will. Jahmyr Gibbs, unbelievable. X Factor as well. I mean, the amount of fun it probably is to use him. Like, look how fast he is. That sounds really sus, by the way. Change of direction, I feel like should have been a little bit higher than that, but still. Gibbs is... I hate that the NFC North drafts so many damn fun-to-watch skill position players because Gibbs is one of my favorite players in the league now, and I'm a Packers fan. I hate it. Why? Why couldn't they have drafted someone not fun? He's fun to watch, and I hate that. Kyle Pitts, he's just so fast, dude. Like, I don't understand how he's only 94 speed in game. Like, am I crazy? Is it just like he looks faster than he is? I swear Gibbs is like a 97 speed player. I don't understand how he's 94 in the game. Javon Bullard, 91 overall, insanely good. Obviously, we chose him over Bullock because, well, one, Bullard needed the contract sooner, so he got, first dibs, and he was also cheaper. Walton, even though we didn't actually do anything to develop him, still curious to see kind of what type of player he was. Looks decent, obviously. Did Nakobe Dean go up in Dev, or is he still normal? I can't believe he just had 4 picks, didn't he? Man, this guy will not go up in Dev. Gotta say, it's not happening in our freaking Saints franchise either yet. Had a couple of decent games that I thought would have triggered a breakout, in year 1, but guess not. Trevin Wallace, I don't think I've ever seen him not develop decently. This is probably the worst it's because they made him a freaking edge rusher. 1 year, EA. 1 year you're going to understand what edge and off-ball is. Please. Like, we've got pass rushers at linebacker in a 4-3, dude. Like, can we please just learn? Like, is that hard to put the terminology into the game? I don't know, dude. I really don't get it. But sure, DJ Turner, pretty decently balanced player. A little bit more in the man coverage, but still good enough. Then we move over to the defensive side of the ball where we see Terrion Arnold, who's a 90 overall. Almost 91. Good man, good zone coverage. Then we see, what do we got? Dallas Turner, the 91 overall. X Factor, really good power, really good finesse, really good block shed, 90 speed, 92 excel. Then we move over to Mr. Byron Murphy, who is a 94 overall. Let him cook. What does he got? In 98 block shed, 98 finesse, 90 power move, basically like a bunch of 99s elsewhere. A little surprised he got there because it seems like he was like a power move, block shed type of guy to start. So I don't know if he at some point actually got that finesse as his highest archetype, which it's tied at 94, but he's pretty damn balanced. And then Will Anderson, dude, 99 power move, 99 finesse, 99 block shed. And he's only 27. That is really good. And then we go over to the special teamers. Probably don't care. These guys are kind of on the regression point, so let's not look at them. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, this challenge rebuild, let me know by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff, including rebuilds, obviously, on this channel. Follow me on Twitter, JeromepkR. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. Probably more Texas Chainsaw Massacre like next week, because I think that's when kind of a decently big update is coming. And that's pretty much going to be it. If you have any suggestions for what rebuild you would like to see next, it doesn't even have to be a challenge rebuild. It could just be a straight-up realistic rebuild. Let me know, and potentially we will use it. Anyways, take care. Thanks for watching. Hopefully come back for next video. But until next video, which will probably be on Monday, see ya. And once again, shout out to the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. I really do. And for anyone that isn't a member of the channel already and you're thinking about becoming one, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. And anyways, for everyone that watched, thanks and see ya.